So you may be wondering why I'm here outdoors under the scorching heat. Well, because today we're going to feature something very special, something out of the ordinary, something very different for you. This is Ryan and you're watching My Tech Island. Check this out.
Tech Island.
So this car behind me needs no introduction when you see this logo, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's a Mercedes-Benz E-Class E200 AMG series. Look at this. Wow. Well, today we're going to be talking all about this car from inside and out, but I'm going to need some help from a car expert.
I'm Neri from Group B Automotive and Tuning, Cebu's premier performance shop. I was asked to test this all-new Mercedes-Benz E200 AMG line. Now, upon first looking at the car, it's a huge car and it has a small 4-cylinder 2-liter engine. So I was not that excited because I like fast cars. And I was surprised that this was also a fast car. So let's look at the technology behind how a 2-liter engine can have so much power. When I first drove this car, I was shocked because when I stepped on the gas, it pulled and it really pulled hard. And again, as I said, it's a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine and a heavy car. It usually doesn't add up until you look at the technology underneath the hood. In this 4-cylinder engine, it has the new direct injection gasoline technology, which means gasoline is injected directly into the combustion chamber. It's a more efficient way of injecting fuel. It atomizes the fuel a lot better, and therefore you have better combustion. Another thing is the way the intercooling was approached by Mercedes. As you can see, this is the intercooler. It is tiny as compared to the old turbocharged cars, and it is under the hood where there is a lot of heat soak, which is supposed to make it inefficient. But Mercedes used the air-to-water style to make it efficient. As you can see, you don't see the fins here, and I can even touch it, and it's just warm. Because water circulates around this, and it has its own heat exchanger up front, which cools the intercooler, which in effect gives cooler air to the engine. The advantage of this style is that it is so close to the turbo that it really gets rid of the turbo lag. In fact, this car has 0 turbo lag and it's very surprising. Now, as for the numbers that Mercedes has given us in the spec sheet, the car has 180 horsepower. Okay, doesn't sound so high, but it has 300 Newton meters of torque. Now that's a lot. That's why when you step on the gas pedal, you don't just get pulled back, but you become part of the seat. The figures do not lie. This car, as big as it is, can do a quarter mile in 15.3 seconds. To put things into perspective, that's about the quarter mile time of the racer's favorite EK9 Honda Type R, the 2000s. That it would do about 15.3 seconds. So it is a quick car, and it does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in above 7 seconds. And that's a 2-liter we're talking about. So Mercedes-Benz has done its homework. They have a small engine that's turbocharged with direct injection. So you get the best of both worlds, fuel economy and power. And I guess this is from their experience in Formula 1, which is a 1600cc engine, direct injection turbocharged. This is the inside of the E200 AMG line Mercedes-Benz. Now what I like about this is Their traditional seat adjustments from the 80s are still found here on the side panels of the car. It's very practical and easy to adjust the seats. Another tradition they left was the volume control on the center console of the car. We can adjust the radio volume over here, which is a good thing. It's easy to access. And you also have the option of adjusting the volume control of the stereo on the steering wheel. So now, which is a new feature. One thing that I had mixed feelings about is the display dash. As you can see, it's a computer screen and not the traditional dials. Although Mercedes has a version with the traditional dials. I'm saying it gave me mixed feelings because the first time I rode this car, I did not really like it because it looked too modern for me for a luxury car. But after using it and trying the different modes and looking at all the options available, that you can change the display, you can adjust, like I can choose from sport, which has a tachometer and a speedometer, to classic, which makes it look like the dashboard of the old Mercedes-Benz but in digital form, or the new progressive mode, where we were a while ago. It tells you the day, the date, the time, and you can even adjust what you want to see on the screen. Like I can just fiddle with this and choose what setting I want. Echo display, range. Initially I found the display too modern for a luxury car. I would have preferred the classic look with just analog gauges on wood. This is two computer screens. But then, after using the car, I am now torn because this is so practical, easy to use, and you get so much information out of it as compared to analog gauges. Now I really don't know what I want. Do I go for the classic look, or do I go for a very functional display which gives me all the information I need by just flipping around this mouse pad on the steering wheel, that I can adjust both screens and customize it to the way I want to. Another thing that Mercedes-Benz has is the recirculating button of the aircon. Now, let me turn off the engine. You will notice that when I turn it on, that the recirculating light is off. It always goes off on a Mercedes-Benz when you turn off the engine. And if you don't flip this switch, you will be able to smell the smell from the outside. So that's why some people complains that the smell from the outside comes in. Actually, this is a very clever idea of Mercedes-Benz. Now, Mercedes-Benz is a very well insulated car. So when you switch off the engine, it always goes off. The purpose there is when you close the door. When you have a very well insulated car, the air cannot go out and it will be more difficult to close the door. So with the recirculating off, it's easier to close the door. That's the logic behind that. So the only thing you have to do is, after you start, is flip this switch and you have a perfectly sealed car. The gear level is like a wiper switch now. It's easy to use. Up for reverse and down for drive. Then this button for park. Now there are different modes. You can customize it to what you want with individual. There is Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, and Eco. Okay. In Eco mode, the car feels sluggish because the engine runs in the most economical fashion it can In comfort, the steering wheel becomes soft. You don't have so much feel for the road, but it is the most comfortable way to drive. Of course, in Sport and Sport Plus, it just gets more and more aggressive. Of course, my favorite mode is Sports Plus because it's how I like to drive. I want a car that's responsive and quick, and that is the quickest setting for this car. This has a 9-speed, again 9-speed G-tronic transmission. Now, I've tried running on manual mode using the paddle shift and on drive at Sports Plus. I prefer running on drive. The computer of the transmission is amazing, that you're always on the correct gear all the time. It thinks faster than me. It can select the gears faster than me. So going through a corner, I'm always at the right gear all the time. When I step on the gas, it chooses the right gear all the time. So there really is actually no need for the paddle shift. It's just for those people who want to have full control, but actually the control is better by staying just in drive. This is how good the transmission of this car is. Now, when it comes to this techie stuff, I must admit I am not so good at it. In fact, it took me some time to learn. Then one day I picked up my daughter in school, and before we were out of the gate of her school, her iPad was already synced to the radio of this car. Something that took me quite some time to do. So for the techie stuff, let's go back to the tech man, Ryan Yu.
Hey guys, it's my turn. And now to tell you all about the tech in this car. But first of all, let me start with a quick introduction of why we should feature the tech in this car. Well, for me, there are now two kinds of people who buy cars in the market. One, they look right under the hood. The second type of person, they look at what's inside the car first. I'm one of those guys. I want to look at I want to look at the tech behind the car, and if the car is worth buying, then I look at the hood after. So let's see what we have here. First, let me quickly start this car because it's getting a little hot. The first thing you'll notice on this beautiful dashboard right here are these screens. Actually, on a normal car, you will see analog display on the screen right here. This one is equipped with two 12.3-inch screens showing 720p resolution. That's a half an HD resolution, I guess if you'd allow me to say. So that's pretty slick already on these two screens right here. Now they're actually separated by a panel. So what that means is there are two different functions and two different inputs for these types of screens. So let's start with what I have in front of me. Of course, as a driver, this is the most important part. Well, you see, this right now is the driver's screen. What I can see in front of me is the gauge of my speed. Okay, so if I rev, I'll see how much revolution I'm getting, and I can actually change what's inside it. So I can move with the D-pad right here. I can change the information on the left side of what I'm seeing on that. So I can change it to the echo display, showing me if I'm at economic mode, if all these special functions in the car that Attorney Neri told you about, and start to finish measurement. Of course, if I want to record some certain distance, and I'm just going to tell you a little more about the screen. Okay, so this is the progressive version. I can actually shift and change it, but before that, this control panel right here controls everything on this screen, and this control panel right here controls everything on that screen. So it might be, some people might say you'd get a little nosebleed from the start, as I did, because I didn't expect to see so much technology in a car. This is probably one of the smartest cars I've ever driven. Let me show you why. Now that you're seeing the progressive screen, I'm going to go to the other screen over here and show you that I can change the settings on how this will look like. Display styles, design. Now I can choose between three designs. The sport design, as you can see, it changed the input. The classic design, which gives you more of the analog gauges on a classic Mercedes-Benz car. And lastly, you have the progressive. So you can change it in an instant, anytime, anywhere you are. Of course, I recommend you stop the car before you do it. But you can also do it while driving if you really want to. Now let's go to, for example, like the classic design. Now, I've been using this one to control that screen. Now let me control this screen again to change. As you can see that on the classic part, it's the middle part that moves, so you can get the information. You can also control a lot of other things. You can change the middle part to the navigation, so when you're driving around, you can see where you're heading over here, your trip, assistance, the navigation, the radio, which you can up to control here or control here, and control it anywhere you want. There's so many controls. It's really up to you where you feel comfortable in controlling the everything. So you can also control the radio from here, control the media from here, control your telephone if you're connected, which I'll show you in a bit, and also the content. The content is what's essential for me right over here. So take a look. Now when I pressed on the content button, aside from changing the styles of the screen, I can also decide on the content I want to show on the screen. So right now it's showing me the revs. Okay, so if I go to navigation, it's going to show the navigation map. It's going to show the navigation map on the other circle. All right, and then when you go down to the echo display, it's going to show you the echo mode, reserve fuel, and all of that. If you want to go to the consumption, you see all the distance of where you're going and the consumption from this area to this area. So there's a lot of information that you can actually have. So now I'm going to show you a little bit more about the HUD display. The HUD display allows you to change first the position. If you can see the HUD display over there, I'm moving it up and I'm moving it down. So it depends on your height. If you adjust your seat to a higher position, you can adjust the HUD display to match your eye level. So it's very convenient. Do take note that the HUD display cannot be seen by people on the right side. So it's not something that's going to be distracting. Only the driver, and I guess the person at my back, if he really wants to see it, can see the HUD display. Okay, now going back, you can also change the brightness of the HUD display. So I can make it brighter or dim it out if I find it too distracting. Now, I can also change the display content. Right now, it's set to also display the direction that I'm going, but I can also just make it display the speedometer to let me know the speed of my car. Alright, so I'll keep it at that one. Now, how important is an HUD display? Well, when you're driving, you don't want to keep on looking down on the screen over here, which appears to be a little distracting when you're driving. So you can keep your eyes straight on the road, and while looking at the road, you'll be able to see your speed already. So you don't need to keep on looking down. So now let's move on to this side. Let me explain to you everything from up here to down here. Again, this is a 12.3-inch screen, same as the one that I have in front, but it displays totally different data on itself. First of all, it's more of the control of the car. Now for this screen, you can also control it via the D touchpad right here, which you kind of find on a lot of cell phones as well. It's like the BlackBerry touch feel on it. Very easy to control. As you can see, I'm maneuvering to the menu. I'm maneuvering the menu with my fingers, not pressing, but just touching it. Okay? And there's a quick back button that you see on Android phones to make it very simple for you to go to the previous menu. And here, of course, is the speak button, which will allow you to control the voice command of your mobile phone, and the answer and end button, which allows you to answer your calls, and on this part. Okay, now you can also control this on the command center right here, which you have the another touchpad and the command button, or it's like a dial, command dial. So here you can actually choose which preferred style of control you want. Do you want to go drive and touch like this? Do you want to go commando style like this? Or do you want to use the D-pad right here, which is also very easy to use while driving? Of course, when you're driving, you have no choice. The best and easiest access would be this. But if you drive with one hand, you can also easily control it with this. Of course, Mercedes-Benz doesn't recommend that you control this screen while driving, as to not get distracted. Okay, so let me show you what's over here. First, let's go back. So on the main part of it, you can actually choose from navigation, radio control, media, telephone, connect, vehicle, and system. Now I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because I don't want it to be too much detailed, and it might end up to be very confusing for a lot of people. Navigation is very simple. On the navigation level, this changes to the screen changes to an entire map. So it tells us where we are, and you can of course navigate to where you want to go. Okay. The radio, of course, controls the radio function. There you go. And the media controls all the types of media that you can plug in. Just to show you quickly, when I pop this right here, there are two USB ports here and an SD card slot, which will allow you to plug in an SD card and two USB drives to plug in your media. You can also plug in your cell phone and connect the media of your phone to the car this way. So there's another USB port right here which allows you to connect your Android or Apple iOS phone, and which I'm going to show you later. Okay, so that's the media part. The telephone, of course, is when your phone is connected. The connect is actually a special function that we're going to run through in a bit, but it shows you how to connect your Apple iPhone and Apple CarPlay. This is actually one of the few cars that has been released in the market with built-in Apple CarPlay. We're going to show you how it works in a bit. Vehicle, well, here you can show a lot of things in the car, and you can change like climate control, if you want to change the temperature, and the special air freshener that's built in the car. Yes, you heard me right. In this car, right over here, behind all this paperwork, is a device right over there that allows you to do to change the scent of the car. So this is the Freeside Mood Interior Perfume. Yes, you can change this scent of the car. You don't need to buy third-party air fresheners. You can easily buy these different scents. We have a nightlife mood, we have sports mood, we have downtown mood, we have Pacific mood. Of course, this is the tester, but what we're gonna do is actually gonna unbox this and show you how it works. So I'm now opening it up. Classy. Okay, again, this is the Freeside Mood Interior Perfume. Kind of smells like a new car scent that I've, that I've not tasted, but that I've smelled in other cars. So, it smells pretty good. So, what it does actually is, yeah, you don't need to do anything. There's a magnet, there's a metal thing, there's a metal plate attached at the bottom of this, which actually sticks in there and locks it into place. So basically, when I click that air freshener, it's now placed at off. Okay, I'm gonna set it to medium. You can actually set it to high, and we'll wait for the car to slowly fragrance itself. Make sure that everyone is smelling just the way you want them to. Or to be exact, you're gonna, what's the name of the scent again? Freeside Mood. There you go. So I can actually start smelling it already. There you go. Wow. Talking about mood, let's go down here to light settings. Now, in the light settings, let's go to ambient light. On the interior of the car, you can actually set the color of the vehicle. So, around the trimmings of the car, here in the front, at the bottom of my feet, stretching to the driver's side, all the way to the passenger side, all the way to the back, you can change the color to about 64 colors, from white to silver, purple to red to blue, any mood you want. As you can see now, I've set it to a little golden yellow, and it's looking very slick. But I must say that one of my favorite is closer to the purple side, because it brings out this certain mood in the car. Very techie, purpley mood. I can't define what it is, but I like it, and I like seeing it. So look at that purple inside. So it all comes with the mood of, I guess it's very important for Mercedes-Benz for you to be very comfortable in the car and make you feel, make sure that the atmosphere inside is up to par with your emotions, you know. So you can actually change it to what, if you feel angry, if you feel like driving fast, you can go red, change the fragrance to something fiery, or you can go on a laid back design, go to something on the greener side of things, and set the music to a classic chill out lounge music. Wow, that'll be perfect. All right, so anyway, we're spending too much time on the mood. Now my mood's all livened up. Let's move on to system settings. Okay, so I've already showed you display and styles, changing the display and styles. So you can change the audio settings of the car, you can change the connectivity of the car. The command touch is actually a function not working in the Philippines yet, but it works in Germany because you need to tie up with a satellite system. We're going to tackle that later on the auto parking function of this car. The time, date, language, units, and all of that. So I don't think we'll tackle all of that. We'll just go on mainly to one of my favorite parts, okay, which is connecting my mobile phone. This is my cable. Now I'm going to show you what happens when I plug my iPhone here. So I plugged in my phone and it's automatically playing the music on my phone. If you go to connect and launch CarPlay and pick my phone, it'll change the menu to the CarPlay menu. Okay, let me go back. So this is like familiar icons that you see on the iPhone. As you can see, CarPlay has limited the icons that you see on the screen because they want to make sure that when you're using your iOS device and driving the car, you don't get too connected with your phone. Because doing a lot of things in your phone could probably, you'd end up in an accident, right? So they wanted to limit the function to the home button over here, the time, the connection that I have on my phone, and all the icons. Okay. The Burmester surround sound system. 13 high-performance speakers surround this car. A 9-channel DSP amplifier with a total output of 590 watts and amplifier speaker systems configured specifically for the vehicle make for the first-class Burmester feel-good sound. When we pop up this volume quickly, it feels like you're in a concert actually. The sounds were specifically designed for this car and it's just amazing. So to you Android users, don't fret. We've now shown you how the CarPlay works. Now we're going to show you how the Android works with this car. Basically, I've shown you. So first of all, the thing that you can do is, I have a Note 4 here that's equipped with a QI charging backplate. A lot of new phones already have built-in QI charging, and surprisingly, Mercedes-Benz has chosen to use QI charging. So apart from all the different available wireless charging technologies out there, they opted to use the QI charging, which is good. So when I put the Note 4 right there on top, it's going to automatically charge on the charging pad. If I do have an QI charging cover for my iPhone, it's going to automatically charge there as well. But do take note, this is just a charging plate. You still need to connect via USB or via Bluetooth to transfer any sort of media from your phone to the car. Okay? Now, CarPlay seems to be the easiest way to connect your phone to the car. It does equip itself with an NFC chip, which is lays on top of this panel cover. At the bottom of this panel cover, I mean, on the top side. So I'm gonna tap this on the NFC plate, and you can see right there on the screen. There you go. Okay, so you can take calls, drive around with it. With further testing though, this car is also equipped with Android Auto, and we tried to connect it, but we've had some issues. I don't know if it's the phone, because this is an old phone. We're having a hard time connecting it, so I can't demonstrate more on Android Auto. But it should be a little similar to CarPlay, where it'll pop up some icons there and let you use it as well. So sorry about that. We'll hope to have a newer phone in the future to be able to demonstrate Android Auto to you. Now that my phone is connected via Bluetooth and I want to play some music on my phone, I have to go to the media part menu, see, and select a source, a device here, and connect, no Bluetooth, connect player, and select my Note 4. So actually the process is a little tedious, and I would still say that if you have an iOS device and a USB cable, it's the best way to have everything work right away. With this, you have to go to different menus to get it to work, but still it does work, and I think a newer Android phone shouldn't have a problem working it out. Okay, do take note that there are USB ports here at the back in the console here, but these are made for flash drive. So if I plug my Android there, It'll treat it as a flash drive and allow me to access the storage inside and play some music that I want and all the videos also. Basically, what we have here is your media console. It allows you to connect your mobile phone from Android and iOS using CarPlay and Android Play. And it also allows you to connect different types of media, from USB drives to SD cards, playing your favorite music and favorite movies on the go. It's equipped with wireless charging to a wirelessly charged or a wireless charging capable phone. There you go. And if you want to charge via USB, you can charge on all 3 different ports. How cool is that? Now, you've seen the speaker system, you've seen the lighting system, you've seen the media player, you've seen the very unique design and console of the controls. I can control from this, and these 2. They've just thought about everything. But wait a minute, there's one thing that I'm sure all of you haven't seen that this car can do. And that's the automatic parking pilot that's equipped and built in this car. What does it do? Well, let me quickly show you what it can do. Check this out. Okay, so we're now going to demonstrate the okay, let me pass this to my guy at the back. We're now gonna demonstrate the live automatic parking system of this baby right here. So now it's scanning the environment, and it found the parking space. There you go. So I'm just gonna click this button right here, and it's asking me to park. Do I want to park forward or reverse? I want to go reverse, and then I'll click it again, and now it's asking me to shift in reverse, and I'm gonna let go. So my hands are open. I'm gonna open the window. So it's parking 2 cars beside me. Okay, parking pilot active, be ready to brake. So my feet is right on top of the brake, but I'm not, of course, pressing the brake. So it's doing it by itself. I'm not steering. My other leg is up. These are my hands, as you can see. See, no hands. And I'm just trusting the wheel. So as the car takes the wheel and turns by itself, it's parking, it's backing up. See, I didn't press the brake. See, now it's fixing the distance between both sides. As you see, this of course is a computer, and there is an algorithm, so it's probably right now measuring the distance of both cars, left and right. So it's backing up, and again my wheel is turning by itself. There you go. Parking pilot finish. Take control of the vehicle. I'm pressing the brake, shifting it to park. Oh, it is already on park. Now, what do you think about that?
What is intuition? The ability to overtake others and to do so effortlessly. To be warned of troubles ahead, to know when it's time to change direction. A sixth sense that moves you away at just the right moment, should impact be inevitable. What if all this was engineered into the car you drive? A car that knows exactly what you need of it. Welcome to the era of intuitive driving. The all-new E-Class, a masterpiece of intelligence.
Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
The Mercedes-Benz E200 AMG. And thank you very much. This is Atty. Jedboy Neri of Group B Automotive, who took us for a spin. And this car is just excelente. So if you want to know more about this car, head on over to Mercedes-Benz Cebu in Nivel Hills, Lahog. They'll tell you more about it. They'll even let you drive this car. So thank you for watching. Check it out.